It is a beautiful Saturday morning again, right here from the city of Awka, where we're reaching you. It's Anambra Broadcasting Service, and it is the weekend show. I am David Opokwasile. I hope you had a beautiful night rest. Even if you don't, we are here to put a smile on your face on the weekend show this morning as we provide you contents that is educating, informative, and as well enlightening. Most times, or even recently, we've heard people talk about mental health. What is it? How can someone take care or better care of his mental health? That will be our major discussion on the weekend show this morning. We'll also be looking at some other issues that happen in our society as we do here. That is by 8 when we'll bring you breakfast news. After breakfast news at 8, Rume will be here to bring you entertainment segment. Then we'll wrap up the program with our entertaining, laughing content where we look at issues that happen on the social media, issues that trended on the social media in the past week. One thing about that segment is that it provides you entertainment as well as educative content as we use those trending issues to look at our society as a mirror for our society and as how we relate with others. So stay with us as we enjoy several of these segments. But like we do it on the show, before we move into the full details for what we have for you, we bring you newspaper headlines for the morning. So join us as we look at the papers for this morning. Welcome back. Let's begin the review of the papers from ABS website this morning. On ABS website, we have Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Soludo, commends her predecessor, Mrs. Obiano, commends legacies of her predecessor, Mrs. Obiano. Federal lawmaker Obidigwe gives financial support to flood displaced persons in Anambra East and West Federal Constituency. NSCDC Anambra State Command arrests 8 suspects for transloading adulterated petroleum products. Federal government, IFAD, VCDB, Cattle Menace and Conflict Resolution Committee calls for enforcement of Anambra anti-open grazing law. And then finally, the highlights of yesterday. Buhari presents 2023 appropriation bill to National Assembly. From the ABS website, we go to the Daily Trust Saturday for this morning. On the front page of the Daily Trust Saturday, the big story, federal government earmarks 470 billion naira for ASU as Buhari proposes 20.51 trillion naira budget for 2023. Projects 9.7 trillion naira revenue, 8.8 trillion naira new borrowing, says petroleum subsidy not sustainable. President, Vice President to spend 3.34 billion naira on trips, 1.90 billion naira on new vehicles and spares. Oil thieves, Nigeria's worst enemies, saboteurs, Lawan Bajabiamila. Dangote cement shutdown, truck drivers block Lokoja-Abuja highway. Rains, pains inside Nigeria's recurring flood menace. Meet 18-year-old water-powered rocket investor. We also have on the front page of the Daily Trust, why Nigeria can't legalize cannabis. Marwa. I'm a human rights activist, not rape apologist. Yomi Fabi. 49-year-old Nebo raped my 3-year-old daughter, threatened her. 49-year-old Nebo raped my 3-year-old daughter, threatened her, mother says. Those are the stories or major stories on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. From the Daily Trust, we move to the Saturday Punch. Saturday Punch is as busy as ever this morning. 20.5 trillion naira budget Naxima, LCCI, experts for Buhari's borrowing plan and subsidy. Budget on healthy for productive sector targeted at upcoming pools. Naxima, executive adjusts 2023 MTF FSP passed by National Assembly lawmakers kick. MTF is medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal spending project. NAS committee is approving budgets for government enterprises without my approval, Buhari says. Atiku, Tinubu, Obi divide celebs. That's a feature from the Saturday Punch newspaper. Ogunchola emerges Unilag first female VC. Those are the stories on the Saturday Punch newspaper. We also have masquerade scattered away 550,000 naira after attack on Plateau Church. More Randy fathers pounce on helpless daughters for sexual pleasure. Kogi Dangote fight dirty over Obajana cement plant. Strike. Federal government threatens us with contempt. Lecturers say they are studying ruling. I don't steal. NWC agreed on allowance. Are you? No. Resign or beg, Autumn tells party chair. We also have other stories on the front page. Deaths, losses, tears as flood overrun Kogi, Anambra, Gombe, others. 24 killed. 16,225 houses destroyed in Castina. That's how the Punch newspaper is reporting the natural disaster enveloping the country for the past 6 weeks. We look at the Saturday Sun newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Saturday Sun, Buhari predicts tougher times next year, raises concerns over rising debts, presents 20 trillion naira budget, promises to significantly curtail banditry and kidnapping. We also have wicked science instruments stripping Omehia of ex-governorship status. We also have Buhari Tinubu to meet on vexed campaign issues, apprehension on APC presidential ticket over voiding of Governor Yetola's nomination for Guba in Osun. We also have insecurity. Gani Adams sets up new security plan to safeguard Southwest. There are other stories on the front page of the Saturday Sun newspaper this morning, as we have Lawan Gbajabiamila, Nigeria loses 1 million naira oil barrels daily. Lawan Gbajabiamila says Nigeria loses 1 million oil barrels daily. ASU loses round 2. Appeal court orders varsity teachers to call off strike, return to work. We will consult our lawyers, members, lecturers say. Obajana committee asks Kogi to cancel existing CFO, that is certificate of occupancy, claim accrued dividends from inception. Harsh economy, Nigerians seek succor in beer parlors. We also have Unilag appoints Ogunchola female vice chancellor. Those are the stories that we have on the Saturday Sun newspaper for this morning. And then finally, on the Nation newspaper, the reportage on the presentation of the budget is also making the big headline, or the banner headline, on this Nation Saturday this morning. We have roads, rail, varsities, priority in 20.5 trillion naira 2023 budget. 20.5 trillion naira 2023 budget. The riders, presidency to spend 133 billion naira, National Assembly 169 billion, Judiciary 150 billion naira. Fuel subsidy not sustainable to be removed, government insists. Buhari, we expect better understanding from university lecturers. Lawan seeks total war against oil thieves. Reps want them changed with treason. Key numbers, according to the Nation newspaper, in the budget presented, 16.87 trillion naira total collectible revenue, 8.8 trillion naira to finance deficit, 6.3 trillion naira for debt financing or servicing, and $70 oil price benchmark. Those are the targets for 2023. Go back to work immediately. Appeal Court orders ASUU. Strike will soon be resolved, says Gbajabiamila. Ogunsola named Unilag's first female vice chancellor. PDP crisis, I'm not in office to loot, Ayu says. Set to publish account books in December. Teenager kills mother for calling him bastard. Those are the stories on the Nation newspaper. We also have the listing on Mehia as ex-Rivers governor, not political, says Wike. The listing on Mehia as ex-Rivers governor, not political, says Wike. Prohibits use of public schools for rallies without permission. APC to Assembly apologize to Rivers people. We also have Osun APC ask court to set aside judgment voiding Oyetola's deputy candidacy. Those are the major stories that we have on the Nation newspaper, and that summarizes our review of the press or the national dailies that we have this morning. If you want to get details of these stories and more, go to any of their web pages and get the details of these stories they are reporting this morning. For ABS website, just visit our page at absradiotv.com. That is for website. Or you can go to our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television, Anambra Broadcasting Service, OCA. That is where you will get us on Facebook and get our stories, our videos, and trending issues. Join the discussions and make your own contributions to national issues. Also, if you want to get videos, exclusively videos, go to our YouTube account at ABS Television, OCA, or to other platforms. On Instagram, we are there. We're also there on Twitter, just at ABS Radio TV. Those are the places you get us and get news as they happen in Anambra State, as we promise you up-to-date reportage of events that matter to you in Anambra State. Like I told you, we'll be looking at something about mental health. How do you manage your mental health? Stay with us on the show as we come back to look at this very important topic that is taking a toll on several in our society. Stay with us.